Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome back. In preparations for my upcoming advanced guide to the Reaper, I wanted to give my initial thoughts on the role, and whether or not this new version is good for the PvP scene. Let me know down below if you are enjoying the new changes to the Reaper. Also, for anyone interested in joining a Q-Sync event, Fluo are hosting their Christmas Q-Sync event on Sunday, the 22nd of December, meeting at the Wolves Den Pier on Phoenix at 6 PM. The event shall run for 2 hours consisting of 6 rounds, 5 regular and 1 special match. So if you would like to be part of the chaos, stop on by. Thank you all for tuning in, and I shall see you all in the next one. Now, before we begin, you might notice something off, and that will be the fact I forgot to add the new Harvest Moon to my hotbar. The ability dealing between 8,000 and 12,000 damage, depending on the target's HP, which also converts 50% of that damage into healing. So my thoughts today come from playing the Reaper in a weakened state, and I can say confidently, the Reaper can perform very well without the use of the skill. Right now I have seen mixed reviews on the Reaper, with many saying the role is rather weak. I do not think that is the case. There are 2 key elements right now that affect Reapers greatly. Firstly, there are far less Dark Knights around. Much of the Reaper's value comes from those piled up situations. With these 7.1 changes, just like how things happened after 6.1, the range classes are the most dominant. So for the next few months, melee roles as a whole are going to struggle a lot more, until some new balance comes into play, and as a whole players are dying much faster. The faster the fight, the less damage overall. The Reaper right now feels very nice to play, and this is with me having not been using an extra skill. You still have the very nice cone-shaped AoE setup for decent damage and a mass heavy. Your guillotine now is the only action that gives immortal sacrifice stacks, which I think is rather fair. You can still get extra stacks from the ability, but most you will claim through kills and assists. I felt no issue in obtaining stacks of immortal sacrifice, as it is still very much the same. AoE into piles of enemies. Any kills and assists you claim set you up for later plays. The arcane crest is still wonderful. Just the correct amount of shielding, enough to feel the impact especially with storms, but not so much that you are unkillable. The big one I am loving so far is the update to Death Warrant, upon activation granting you Fate Sealed, a huge game changer, allowing you to manually trigger the ability. The old version made it far too easy for players to escape. Being a melee role, if they simply run away or take cover within the crowd, there was no more chances to deal damage. Now the Harvest Moon is its own ability that can hold 2 charges, giving you more opportunity to up the damage, and being able to trigger the detonation early allows you to finish off targets before they get the chance to heal. The limit break feels as strong as ever, now adding a extra ability, Perfectio. The fact you have 15 seconds after using your limit break to use this ability means you can go for some truly big combos. I am aware that it was bugged for the first few days, with the ability ignoring immortality effects such as Paladins, Dark Knights and Sage's immortality. That portion is now fixed but has created a new issue. It seems, as of right now, you cannot claim kills with Perfectio, the rule being targets under 25% will be incapacitated, the same way a Ninja LB works. To targets under 50%, players still die, but you only get assists. This was brought to my attention through the Discords, with everyone else saying the same. As of right now, they are only claiming assists. If this is actually the case, that is another big impact on the Reaper's overall performance. Slowing down your kills slows down your battle highs, and a Reaper with a battle high 5 are truly insane when you mix in the plentiful harvest. Throughout this match, you will notice I am playing rather aggressive. At the start of the game, I led the charge and saw my entire alliance commit. There was no fear, no crying, just 24 players moving as one, taking advantage of situations. So the Reaper is still performing amazingly well in groups that coordinate and move as one. I was also able to take the punishment from many range roles, Arcane Crest being the big lifesaver in these scenarios. I find myself using Guard to bait out Burst and CC a lot more now. Players can never resist the urge to dogpile in, giving me the chance to follow up with my Limit Break and Arcane Crest. You will see this happen towards the end, allowing me to stall, set up for the team, and deal a good chunk of damage, while barely needing to touch my MP reserves, so the Reaper's control aspect is still there. Once they fix the Perfectio issues, balance the game more, so it is no longer just alliances spamming range, the Reaper will continue to feel better and better. The biggest weakness right now is range, not just by the fact they can burn you down before reaching them, but by the fact the majority of your kit is close range based, and as the player base as a whole develop into new metas and playstyles, the Reaper will perform even greater, with more opportunities for you to dive in. Is the Reaper bad right now? No, I don't think so. The Dark Knight hit alone makes it seem as if you are weaker, when in reality, your DPS numbers are less padded due to the lack of salted earths. Your ability to burn down targets is still there, which I imagine to be even easier if I had remembered to use Harvest Moon. The guard up and bait out burst and CC is a legit strat right now against the range hordes, since you have escapes, defensives, and a chaotic limit break to follow up. Just the other week there was an Unsol midpoint only Q-Sync event, with Reapers doing 5 mil plus damage, so that was a good indicator of how powerful their AoE abilities are. I think in future updates, we might see long animations hit, shortened down, so actions happen faster, which I believe will include abilities such as the Salted Earth. I think step 1 was to implement the new hit detection system, which allows us now to react to things. Second would be some balancing. Then thirdly, a hit to animations themselves, on actions suffering from the new hit detection. I reckon within 6 months, Frontline could be within a really good spot. Do I think Reapers need any more changes? Honestly, as of right now, no, we just need a fix to Perfectio, and a balance patch to bring the range rolls in line with the million tanks once again. The roll is able to still perform really well, just don't expect 2 million plus damage in every single match as of right now. On average, it seems in games that last a regular time, with a decent amount of battles that don't end in steamrolls, it is still rather easy to get 1 mil plus as a solo, with little effort. Once you grasp the role more and see more opportunities, 2 mil games are within reach. Fast matches such as this one, where we were able to run through teamfights with little resistance, I was still able to manage 500,000 damage, while also forgetting a key ability. My damage taken was only 300,000, some of the lowest across my alliance, so guards and arcanes show their impact. And I did mention one of the biggest weaknesses is a player's ability to run away. I know some players want more bonus movement speed or an extra teleport. I disagree. Every role needs a weakness for balance. Giving too much movement to the Reaper would push them into the broken range. I say give it time. Keep playing and improving on your timings as the Reaper. Between that and the balances to come, I think this role will still hold as one of the best roles for PvP, and I would say the Reaper is a healthy option for PvP. The Hysteria alone can shut down teams trying to steamroll. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Are you enjoying the Reaper, or do you feel it needs more? That is all from me for now. Enjoy these final moments, enjoy your day, and I will catch you all in the advanced guide.